Blue Man Group. Experience the phenomenon. October 7th through 16th, 2011.
Hi, I'm David Saint, and I'm the director of the national tour of West Side Story, coming to Seattle to the Paramount Theater in January of 2012. This production of West Side Story is unlike any other since it originated over 50 years ago. My connection to the show began actually with my relationship with Arthur Lawrence, whom I actually met in Seattle, walking down the street one day while he was working on a workshop at Seattle Rep and I was directing another show. And we struck up a friendship, and since then we have become great friends, and I have gone on to direct, 10 or 11 of his shows, plays and musicals. So, when this production of West Side Story came about, I was thrilled that Arthur asked me to be his associate director on Broadway and then to take over and direct the tour. This is the first time that these creators have come back to revisit the show, and they decided they wanted to somehow refreshen it, revisit it, and make it alive without bringing it into the present, keeping it set back in that 1957 when they wrote it, but somehow making it leaner and meaner and more apropos for today's audience.
Perhaps the greatest musical ever written returns to the place where it all began. West Side Story.
The beloved favorite on stage January 10th through 15th, 2012.
People watch this and they are immediately grabbed by how strong the story is, and by the end, they're helpless.
The show has fantastic music in it, really great performances in the show. It's a beautiful, beautiful presentation.
We have such a great audience because we have children, we have families, we have couples going on dates, so there's something for everyone.
Song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
The girls buy the tickets, but the guys love it because it's funny and there's beautiful women in it, and I just think the guys are surprised, actually.
Look there, he goes, isn't he dreamy? Monsieur Gaston, oh, he's so cute!
They are one of the most talented group of actors and dancers and singers that I've ever had the pleasure of working with.
It's incredibly rewarding to be a part of this cast and working with this creative team.
Am I here for a day or forever? Short away from the world until who knows when.
I love the show. It's my favorite show. It's my favorite role that I've ever gotten the chance to play. So it's been a really wonderful experience.
No spirit could win me. No hope left within me. Hope I could have loved her and that she'd set me free.
It really is a timeless tale of love and seeing beneath the surface.
Song as old as rhyme, beauty and the beast.
It's about the goodness of your heart.
Beauty and the Beast is a fantastic love story.
Off to the cupboard with you now, Chip. It's way past your bedtime.
I hope that you'll come back and live in the fantasy world of Belle and the Beast again.
She doesn't quite fit in.
If you've seen it in the past, it's all that and like it's revved up. It's so much more to now.
What I would say to somebody who hasn't seen Beauty and the Beast yet on stage is, why not? Where have you been? We're waiting for you. Come on down and see us.
Experience the romance and enchantment of Disney's Beauty and the Beast, February 21st through 26th, 2012.
No one can resist this guaranteed get happy dancing in the aisles hit, Mamma Mia, the world's #1 musical.
You are the dancing queen.
When ABBA burst onto the music scene in the 70s, who could have guessed then that their solid gold classics would inspire a smash hit show?
I think it's fascinating that what we did like 20 years ago is still alive. I'm very happy about that.
How did these pop hits become the score of the world's most popular musical?
I always felt that Winner Takes It All, one of their great big emotional roller coaster songs, was particularly theatrical, and that was my inspiration to create a musical.
Audiences, I think, care deeply about the young girl and her search for her father, and also identify closely with the struggles of the single mother in the show. And I think it's those characters and their story that's told well in Mamma Mia that draws audiences in and gives the show its heart and its earned sentiment. And around that is this fabulous ABBA score. So I think those two things coming together are what really makes the show the big hit that it has become.
And audiences across the country continue to have a great time at this musical mega hit.
It's a show that seems to hold up well on repeat viewings, and they have a lot of people who come back to it again and again and again because it is so much fun.
Playing the Paramount Theater March 20th through 25th, 2012.
Hello, Seattle. I'm Johnny Cash.
And I'm Jerry Lee Lewis from the cast of $1 Million Quartet.
Our tour is going to be coming to the Paramount, so come out and join us for a rockin' good time.
What do you have to say about that, Elvis?
Well, I guess I'd have to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Being from Seattle, which is sort of known as a hotbed of creative music, and historically Seattle's always been a place where creative music sort of thrives.
We dropped it up in Seattle, and it rocked the house. The first night it was electric, and it sold out every night after. There were, people in Seattle didn't want to leave.
$1 Million Quartet is essentially a staged recreation of an actual event.
At Sun Studios, December 4th, 1956, and what was a glorified jam session has become a story where you get to take a very intimate look into not only the lives of these four legends, but the beginning of rock and roll music and the man who gave this to the world, Sam Phillips.
And they just sang a bunch of songs. They jammed the way musicians do.
The show kind of goes off into everyone's individual story, and you get to know a little bit about where they came from, the road that took them to Sun Records and brought them together, and then a little bit about where they're going in the future.
And along the way, they just encountered a lot of humor, a little hardship, and they made some pretty good music.
It's kind of like a family, where Sam's the dad, and Johnny is the oldest son who's like breaking away, and Carl's the second son who's sort of misunderstood and, can't get a break. And Elvis is the third son who's sort of the golden child that all the great stuff happens to. Of course, the baby is Jerry Lee, who's a pain in the ass. That family dynamic always sort of made sense for me in this show.
Down by the riverside, gonna study war no more.
Because they're not even your standard musical theater audience members that are just so thoroughly entertained, and they walk away going, oh my gosh, that was so amazing.
It's going to be very exciting. There's not very many shows like this that appeals to all walks of life and ages.
And by the end of the night, they're all on their feet, they're all clapping, some of them are dancing in the aisles and having a great time.
This show is kind of designed for that. You know, it's not really designed for people to sit there with their hands folded in their laps.
It's very raw and it's very intimate, and you really get to see a really different side to each one of these people.
I think this story is a story that will speak to you and encourage you and inspire you all at the same time.
By the end of the show, everyone's on their feet, everyone's clapping, everyone's having a good time.
This courageous great balls of fire.
$1 Million Quartet, playing the Paramount Theater May 15th through 20th, 2012.
Hey Seattle, this is Jason Kappas from the Broadway cast of Green Day's American Idiot. As a fellow Seattleite, I wanted to let you know that the national tour of American Idiot will be making its Seattle debut next season at the Paramount Theater. So if you're a fan of Green Day, or musical theater, or just stuff that's awesome, don't be an idiot. Get your tickets, because you're not going to want to miss this. Oh, and if somebody could pick me up some of those donuts from Pike Place Market, that'd be great. Thanks.
In 2004, Green Day released American Idiot and promptly revolutionized rock music. Hailed by Time magazine as a masterpiece, the album launched the band into superstardom, selling over 12 million copies and winning the Grammy for Rock Album of the Year. While on Broadway, Tony Award-winning director Michael Mayer was assembling one of the most innovative teams in the theater to join with Green Day and bring American Idiot to the stage.
The idea of theatricalizing this album came to me just from listening to it over and over again and hearing a very strong emotional narrative. It was the story of American youth looking to improve their lives, and I felt like that's just such a great coming-of-age story.
I was able to hear a really intense, beautiful story right away. There's so much here that feels like it's new and fresh and pushing the boundaries that I think that when all is said and done, American Idiot is going to have a very important place in this rich art form of musical theater.
Don't wanna be an American idiot.
The stage version of American Idiot had its world premiere at Berkeley Rep in September 2009. After 2 extensions and 1 record-breaking run later, the move to Broadway was inevitable.
I play the character of Johnny, aka the Jesus of Suburbia. I kind of lead my friends into this catharsis of there's got to be something else out there. I don't know what it is, but this just can't be all there is.
I think immediately in the first time that you see our characters meet, there's this very quick kind of like, there's something about you that does something to me. And he shows her almost like a sweet gesture to her that is funny to her and makes her laugh and makes her feel warm and less empty and less alone.
We've always thought that somehow there should be some sort of stage version because that's what we were thinking in our heads, you know. The musical arrangements that Tom Kitt did, you know, I mean, it's amazing. And their energy is just, it's just inspiring.
American Idiot, playing the Paramount Theater June 5th through 10th, 2012.